Hello Cyclone Fanatics, and welcome back to Mr. B Clothing down here on 86th Street in gorgeous Clive, Iowa, where Tim Sitzmann. Happy holidays, my friend. It's been a while.
Happy New Year. You know, we're in the year 13. Is that an unlucky number to you, or
no?
lucky?
You know what? I'm a believer in optimism, so I'm going to say it's going to be a lucky number 13.
I think 13 is a good number. I think when I was an athlete, which I wasn't a very good one.
I don't believe that.
I had a 13 on the back when I played baseball. That was my number, and I liked it. When I played basketball, I was 10 and 11. 11 when we went away from home.
Oh, okay.
You always had an odd number away from home.
But
I don't get superstitious about 13. A lot of people do.
Well, Tim, a passion of yours, you're a big horse racing guy.
Yeah.
And it's just around the corner because I'm a NASCAR guy, and I've got my racing just around the corner, and spring is on the horizon. When's the spring goods get in here, Mr.
You know
B?
what? It's starting to roll in. We're in the middle of our sale, and actually it's a pretty good opportunity. We have a progressive sale. The more you buy, the more you save.
That's a deal right there.
It's a really nice deal. You can get up to 50% off everything you buy if you buy enough of the sale merchandise. And we'd invite you to come in and look. The selection's still pretty darn good, Chris.
Buy enough, Tim will just give you the store.
I don't know if I'll do that, but I'm pretty generous.
You are a generous man. Hey, I want to talk basketball. Last night, really
good game.
A slugfest.
Wow.
That West Virginia team came in, and they played like Bob Huggins coaches.
Right.
I mean, just a nasty style of basketball. They're
really never out of games.
No, and they're elbowing you. Yeah. They're pushing the shot. I like it personally. I mean, I think a lot of people at Hilton Coliseum got a little fed up with it last night. But you know what?
They want to win. I mean, he's scrapper.
He is
scrapper.
And I think after watching last night, obviously I follow Big 12 basketball fairly closely. I'm myself included. A lot of people have spent a lot of time talking about how bad this league is this year, but I'm starting to think it is down. It's not the Big 12 that it normally is, and I'm not going to attempt to make the case that it is. But after watching West Virginia, I think when Texas gets its point guard back, and when it's Sheldon McClellan, who their leading scorer, barely played against Iowa State. Here's the deal: you've got Iowa State, who's very much improved.
I think they're going to keep improving.
Yeah, and they can put up points in a hurry. You've got Oklahoma, who I think is one of the most well-coached teams in all of college basketball. They're getting better. You've got Kansas State, who looks like they're a lot like Iowa State. They look like a totally different team right now than they did in the non-conference.
And they'll keep improving.
And we've learned, last night what West Virginia can do. Just because of the nasty physical style they played, they're going to be in a lot of games. Right. I think down the stretch, Texas gets their guys back, and they get they're going to play better. They're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be a tough out. I mean, I'm not saying either one of those are NCAA tournament teams, but the point is, other than TCU and Texas Tech, you have to show up and play every single night in this league. And I think that there's this notion out there that, the Big 12's so bad, Iowa State can just cruise through it, an average Iowa State team, and get second. I just don't believe that, especially after what I saw last night.
No, I think obviously the front runner's Kansas. Kansas would be up there, maybe above, but I don't think Kansas is that far ahead of the Kansas States and the Iowa States as you look down the schedule. But I don't think it's as bad as everybody made out to begin with, and I see a lot of improvement in those Big 12 teams as the year goes on. Those are the Big 12 that make it in the NCAA will be a tough out.
Yeah, well, and I think Iowa State, Oklahoma, and Kansas State. We haven't even talked about Oklahoma State,
who's going to come on.
They've got all those young kids.
Yeah.
As is Baylor. Obviously, Baylor, Scott Drew is their coach, so that's their downfall. But there's a lot of young, talented kids on those teams, so you think they're going to get better. Again, I thought this would be a 4-bid league. I'm starting to think now it's probably going to be a 5-bid league, much having to do with Iowa State and Oklahoma's resurgence here at the start of conference play. But I just don't think the lead's as bad as people made it out to be.
I don't always agree with you, as you know, but I think I'm 100% behind you. I think it's a 5-team in the NCAA league. I really do. There's got to be some rapid improvement, but I think you're seeing rapid improvement in an Iowa State team that in pre-conference they didn't quite mesh all the time, and they're starting to mesh. They're going to put up a lot of points.
Boy, it's a fun team to watch.
They're going to put up a lot of points. They know where the basket is.
I was looking going into last night's game, and I was doing some research. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, actually. But Iowa State, going into last night's game, it hit 143 3-pointers.
Wow.
West Virginia had only hit 71. Wow. So over twice as many. And then what makes it even more fascinating, Tim, they had only hit 71 three-pointers all season long, and they hit 9 in the last 10 minutes of last night. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they were trying to stay in the game. I mean, it was a great game, like you said. It was a slugfest.
Well, and I don't think you can really even get down on Iowa State because really it played right into what Fred Hoiberg. You pack it in and you're saying, all right, if you can beat us shooting threes, it's kind of like what a lot of you see it with a run-oriented football team. If you sell out, stack 8 in the box, say if you can beat us throwing the football, then so be it. And that's kind of what they did with West Virginia last night.
Right.
Well, Tim, this progressive sale here.
Yeah,
how long? Well, give me some details.
We're gonna run this sale probably till the first week in February because it's a short sale. We got a lot of spring goods in. We're making room for the spring goods. Exciting time when when you want to travel south, we'll have things for you too. So there's a lot of people who go to warm climate. We'll have some new, fresh stuff for you. Come on in and see us. This will run to the first part of where you can get a 30, 40, 50% off depending on how much you purchase of the sale items.
That's fantastic. I'd encourage you to start thinking about Valentine's Day for the ladies.
Won't that be fun? Hey, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
Have you bought your Valentine's gift yet?
No.
I
have a tough situation because I have Christmas. Her birthday is February 2nd.
Wow.
And then Valentine's Day, so it's...
You better save a little of your check for that.
Yeah, it's not bad now. It was horrible when I was in college, though, trying to come up with gifts for all those things right in a row.
Well, I think the next 2 games, we're going to see some victories for the Cyclones as they go into a little softer part of the conference and a lot more improvement coming down the stretch.
I sure hope you're right.
Well-coached team.
Tim Sitzmann here, 1995 Northwest 86th Street. He's in Clive. Come say hi. Tell him I sent you. We'll see you next week, Tim, all right?
Yeah, Chris, good to have you in, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yeah, you too, buddy. See you next week, everyone.